I am a Chicago guitar teacher, and I sing and play in a band called Dead Parade. And we're doing more from Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, so this is Galapagos. Alright, so like most of the songs on this record, we're going to tune every string down a half step. Alright, so this intro thing that we're playing, let's get after that. This is also the verse part. So the first chord that we're going to have is a D, add 2 or 9. So what we're doing here is an arpeggio pattern, and I'm just going to call out the string numbers. We're going 4, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so for the first 2 beats of the measure, we're doing it that with this chord. The second half of the measure, we're going to put our first finger down at the 9th fret, and the other fingers are at the 11th and 10th frets. So what we're going to do, this makes a D major 7, and we're going to do the same arpeggio pattern, the 4, 1, 2, 3. So that first measure again. You want to make sure the strings are ringing constantly throughout this part. Alright, so the next measure is the same as the first. The third measure, we're going to, I'm going to call this a G chord, or a G6 with a D in the bass. So the fret numbers we have here are open 4th, 9, 8, 7. So we have this, I'll play this measure at tempo. So when I start the measure, I actually just play with the middle and index finger down. So the arpeggio that we're doing, we're going to do 1, 2, 4, 1. So that takes care of the first beat. Then we're doing 2, 4, 2, 4. Then what we're going to do is bring the pinky into this on beat 3. So that's a 10 to 7 pull off on the first string. And then we're going to play string 3 and string 2. Alright, then the last beat of the measure is 4, 1, 3, 2. So all together slowly this measure. Alright, so the next measure, instead of doing a split measure of the D add 2 and the D major 7, we're just going to do the D add 2 for the whole measure. Then the next measure is a full bar of the D major 7. And then the riff concludes with the G6/D thing. Okay, so at this point the verse enters, and we're going to play those 6 measures that I just taught you again. And then as kind of a transitional thing to the next section, we're going to tack on a measure where we're strumming this D add 2 chord. So that sounds like this. Alright, so we're strumming all in 16th notes using downstrokes, except for the last 2 strums. They're 32nd note strums, and we're going to do a quick down up muted thing. So now we're into the next part, so let's check that out. Alright, so there are 2 guitars going on in this song, and at this point they're splitting off and doing separate things. Before they were just doubling what I taught you. Alright, so let's get after the first guitar part. Alright, so that's it. The chord that we're playing to start with in arpeggiating is a B minor 7, so that's on your inner 4 strings. 2, open, 2, 3. So as far as the strings that we're picking, we're going 5, 4, 3, 5. Then beat 2, we're doing 2, 3, 4, 2. Alright, then we're sliding that shape up to the 9th and 10th frets, which gives us a D with an F sharp in the bass. And we're doing, arpeggio-wise, we're doing 5, 4, 3, 5, and then 2, 3, 4, 3 again. Alright, then the next measure, we're coming to an E minor 7 voicing without the 3rd. So that is on your inner 4 strings, 7, open, 7, open. And what we're doing arpeggio-wise is 5, 4, 3, 5. Then we're gonna do 2, 3, 4, 3. Then we're gonna come to a G chord shape on our inner 4 strings, which is played 10, 9, open, open. And our arpeggio will go 5, 4, 3, 5. And then 4, 3, 4, 3. So this whole thing slowly. Nice cascading thing with open strings that's going on. Kind of a trademark of Billy Corgan's style. All right, the other guitar part, to quickly explain the chords that are going on, we're playing the same B minor 7 chord that the other guitar is playing. Then we're going to do a D with the F sharp in the bass, so that's just hooking your thumb over with your regular D chord. An E minor chord, just your tried and true E minor, and then a G, and this G is 3, 2, open, open, 3, 3. So we get this. Type rhythm there. All right. So, what happens then is, the vocals continue with these riffs, and the only difference, though, really is that the ending is a little bit different. So, instead of doing arpeggiating the full measure, you're going to do the full measure, and then you're going to tag on an extra ending, and the extra ending is this. So it's just kind of tagging the E minor 7 to G part. Although you are holding the note out for the last beat of the measure. The rhythm guitar for this measure is doing. So doing the E minor to G chords there, and that's it. All right, let's check out the next part that comes up. So this is going to be the second verse. The second verse starts with the first 3 measures of our verse that I taught you before, and then we're going to go off on sort of a different path with the second half of this verse. So let's check that out. So that's it. The first measure we're doing the D add 2 for 16th notes full measure, then 32nd notes at the end. So all right, the first half of the second measure is this. So 2 beats of that, 32nd notes at the end. Then we're doing. This is going to be another D add 9 chord, but the 9 is not an open string, it's played with the pinky here at the 12th fret. So, all right, then we're going to come to a G6/D. So, and then the second half of this measure, we're putting an additional D note in the chord, so still a G6 chord, but the pinky is doing this again. So you're coming back to the first finger for the last 2 32nd notes. And then back to the D add 9. All right, so then we're back to our other part, the part that starts with the B minor 7 part, so we're going to play that, and we're going to do the same tag ending where we do the where he does the "Will you leave me too" type deal, and then we're into this neat interlude part. So one of the guitars during the interlude. It strums the D5 power chord, and then it's out. And I'll show you what the other guitars are doing. So that's what one of the guitars is doing. So we have a pedal D note with some slides on the second and third strings. That's the first part, so we're doing 17 to 15 on the second string. Okay, then we're doing, that's 14 to 12 on the third string, 12 to 10, then the open D again on the second string, then 9 to 7 on the third string, open string, then 7 to 8. So that's the one guitar part. The other one does a harmony of it like this. Alright, so let me break that down. That's open string, then we're doing 12 to 10, open string, then 9 to 7 on your third string. Then we're doing 8 7 on the second string, then 6 to 7 on the third string, and then 6 to 2. So all together, slowly. And again, the other part slowly. Alright, let's check out the next part. So the interlude continues and we have two chords. We have, I'm going to call this an F sharp minor 11. So that's 4, 2, open, open on your high strings. Then we have an E minor with an add 9. That's 2, open, open, 2 on your high strings. So here's the arpeggio figure. Alright, so string numbers, we have 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 3. And that's with the first chord. Then we're switching and we're doing 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 3. Alright, so that figure that repeats for 3 measures. The last measure though, we're going to do a transitional strum like into the next part where the distorted guitar comes in. So let's check out the chord progression for that part. 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and. Let's talk about the chords we have here. We have a D slash A, a D slash 2 slash A. The next chord we're going to do is an A, and that's just on your inner 4 strings. Then we have a G, and then we're going to do a G with a B flat in the bass. So that's 1, muted, open, 3, 3, to a C. Now the second time that the guitar part repeats this progression, instead of doing the C at the end of the last measure there, we're just going to play that B flat, the G slash B flat chord for the rest of the measure. Alright, then we're to another chorus, the B minor 7 type part that starts there, and let's check out the ending. So we're going to do the tag ending that we usually have at the end of the chorus, then the outro is this. So just a little ritardo at the end there, and sliding up to that last note and strumming the chord again. So that's the way it ends. Something I should have talked about too about the part that comes before the final chorus is the distorted guitar that comes in is just strumming at the beginning and then doing the 30-second notes at the end of the measures there. So that's all that guitar's doing. So that takes care of all of Galapagos. Please email me if you'd like the tabs for this one. I'm Matt Brown. Please subscribe, and I have lots more coming from Smashing Pumpkins and other bands. All right, thanks a lot.